Post bloom fruit dropping is one of the major problem faced by the farmers when the fruit is developing. Normally, in the month of January, February, when the new fruit development starts, and at the end of the February or in the March, either because of the sudden rise in the temperature or sudden drop down in the temperature, such extreme conditions occurs where the newly blossomed fruit starts dropping. Now there are different reasons because of which the fruits starts dropping. The reason can be physiological imbalances. Very specifically, the hormonal imbalance is one of the reasons. Because with the change in the season, the hormones inside the plant or tree also changes. So that hormonal imbalance is one of the main reason because of which the fruit starts dropping. The second major reason is whenever we go for any kind of changes, very specifically with respect to the grass cutting and all these things. Now, normally what happens in the month of January, February, when the watering of the watering of the mosmi and very specifically any kind of the citrus, but very specifically mosmi starts, the cooling down effect continues. Now, when there is cooling, the dropping of the newly developed blossomed fruit is less. But when what happens? Because of the watering, the grasses also develops. Now, here in this case, here fruits are also there and fruit harvesting season is there. So to harvest the fruit, cutting of the grasses is essential. Now what happens when the grasses are cut, largely at the time when there is sudden rise in the temperature, along with that if there is grass cutting, the earth heat also increases because of the heating effect. And because of the grass cutting, whatever insects are there, whatever kind of pest is there on the grass, that pest also rises up and attacks the trees. Now, because of the grass cutting, one of the major pest which causes damage to the tree is largely in the form of increase in the fungal infection. Now, whenever fungal infection occurs, largely at a place where the newly blossomed fruit is attached with the branches. So this stem is targeted by the insecticides, right? So insect attack is one of the major reason because of the cutting of the grasses. Cutting of the grasses, insect attack, rise in the temperature, all these also causes the hormonal changes. This is one. Sometimes it happens that because of the availability of the big size fruits and to continue the smaller newly blossomed fruit, farmer go for the watering, and if there is imbalanced watering, either there is under watering or over watering, in both the cases the dropping starts. So under watering, where the dryness increases, temperature increases, that is also not good. When there is over watering, sometimes the over watering causes water logging conditions. Now water logging conditions, they are responsible for development of number of insects. At the same time, waterlogged conditions also blocks the roots. Sometimes root rot, that is rotting of the root, particularly the white roots which are spreading in search of the nutrients, in search of the water, those roots are rotten. Now, because of the rotting of the roots, the intake of the fertilizers is reduced, right? And that also causes deficiency, right? And that deficiency is also responsible for the dropping of the newly developed blossom fruit, right? So, proper pest management in such conditions is essential, wherein the pest will help in reducing the dropping of the newly blossomed fruit. At the same time, it should not cause any kind of distraction or any kind of stress on the fruit which is available for harvesting. Right. So here, chemical treatments should be avoided in such cases.
Mhm.
Either biological or organic treatments. Very specifically, the organic treatments are suggested in such times wherein there will be no negative impact, because already the water dropping causes stress in the mind of the farmers, right? So instead of employing the chemical ways of treatment, here organic ways are more suggested. Myself, Arsuntosh.